how do you get to that level of trust where you say, okay, like I know the AI is going to mess up, but I still trust it, or at least trust enough of its outputs that it's providing real value.
Yeah, and this is why I talk about human in the loop, because this is really important in actually driving adoption in companies, because if the person doesn't trust the system, they're not going to use it. And so that trust barrier, I think, is incredibly important, which is also why all these text to SQL companies are going to fail, because no one's going to trust the queries that are being output. You need to do some sort of attribution. You need to tell the user how you got that data. So if I were to write an article, if I stated a bunch of facts, you wouldn't believe me unless I actually like linked sources, right? So there's all these different things that you could do to reduce and get past that trust barrier. Human in the loop is incredibly important, because as the data team sees the system improving on their data, and they say, okay, now the system is like, every time I ask it a question, it either tells me correctly that it doesn't know how to do it, or it tells me the right answer. Like, as over time, as people see that, the same way that you would build trust with a human coworker, it's like, I have a question, they give me the right answer consistently, right? That's how you build trust with humans. And I think it's going to be very similar with these AI systems.
No, I mean, I think you just hit it on the head. Like, it really is. And a lot of the work that we do when it comes to the implementation and like maintenance is always like, there's people involved on your side. There has to be. Like, this is not a black box solution where you're just going to put something in and then get something back out, because you won't trust it. And I mean, we dealt with this problem at Gather. We deal with this problem today with all of these solutions. Like, trust is really built up over time, and like time of like quality and like performance, right? And generally speaking, the way when I talk to key stakeholders, it's like, well, you're probably not going to get rid of your entire customer service, like success department, right? Or service department. Like, there's still going to be people there, but maybe that they're able to perform 20 to like 50% better, the same way as like when I program and I use GitHub Copilot. Yeah, it's like writing 40% of my lines for me, let's say, but I'm still the one looking at the code, running, and, you know, making sure that its output is correct. And that's sort of a shift, right? It's a shift from generation to review. And that's sort of like the adoption that I've seen, like at least within like the employees and like the staff, is like, you don't have to spend so much time writing an article. Maybe you're now just spending most of your time reviewing the article that was generated and making sure that it's up to the quality of performance that you are. And as you keep doing that on a long enough time horizon, more and more aspects that we currently don't trust will get alleviated.
And it's actually, it's a great point, and it's one that I hear a lot of people who get nervous about AI. I mean, it's going to take my job and things like that. But it feels like every new generation of tech, it's the same discussion and things like that. It's like, well, sure. When I was able to start typing on a computer and not handwrite things, it took the jobs of people who were scribes. And sure, like that sucked. But now the people who are scribes could type, and they could produce Word documents 20%, 50%, 100% faster because they could type. And it actually expanded the world of opportunity for everyone who learned how to type. Now, sure, if you only could handwrite things, you might remain in the past. But if you adopt this new technology, suddenly you can do so much more. And so yes, AI is going to change. There might be fewer customer success people, but the other people can go on and do different jobs, or customer success now just gets way better.